I can't wait for Halloween, a holiday steeped in fear.
Actually, Halloween is tied to the ancient Gaelic festival of Samhain, where it was believed the boundary between our world and the other world was thin. Offerings would be made to the spirits and fairies to ensure livestock survived the winter. The souls of dead kin were also thought to be able to revisit their former homes, where a place would be set at the dinner table for them. Not really scary. It's actually kind of sweet.
Well, thanks for ruining Halloween for me.
You're welcome.
Welcome back to another episode of Batman the Animated Recap. Last time we covered Tiger Tiger, featuring a mad geneticist turning Catwoman into a Catwoman. This time, a werewolf prowls the streets of Gotham. Season 1, Episode 43 of Batman the Animated Series, Moon of the Wolf. We open on a security guard and his dog in what appears to be a public park. The dog is freaking out about something. We get a fake out with a jogger coming out of a tunnel, and just when all seems fine... I don't care what else happens, that dog is the real hero of this episode. It saw that thing and still tried to take it down. The apparent werewolf attacks the guard. Fortunately for him, Batman just happened to be in the neighborhood.
If it's a fight you're looking for, try starting one with me!
My bat sense was tingling.
Oh, is that what those nipples on the bat suit were for?
Hey, we don't talk about that suit.
Batman fights the beast until it throws the unconscious security guard into the water. Batman dives in to save the guy, and when he resurfaces, the creature is gone. We cut to Commissioner Gordon's office, where Batman reports the attack.
Just tangled with a mugger in a werewolf mask.
What? You've encountered human-animal hybrids before. Hell, the last episode had a Catman in it, and your first instinct here was a mugger in a mask?
Yeah, they do amazing work with latex and fur these days.
Gordon finds a connection between the victim of the attack, who works as a security guard for the zoo, and the theft of some wolves from the zoo a couple of nights ago. He puts Bullock on the case. Meanwhile, Batman has a shocking realization.
What if that guy wasn't wearing a mask?
Again, how is this just now occurring to you? I mean, you were up close and personal with that thing when you had it in a chokehold. You could feel it, smell it. I mean, not to mention it was throwing you around like a rag doll.
I actually do have an answer for you, but you should get that first.
Huh? Oh. Hello?
Trick or treat.
What?
Trick.
You'd think you would learn not to question Batman's tactics.
Unfortunately, it's a lesson we all forget from time to time.
I wish I'd remember to forget more often. I'd love for those big muscly arms of his to lay hands on me.
We really need to get back to talking about this episode. But you throat-punched the host. So what? We've all seen it. Robin, you do it.
But
Let me rephrase that. Do it now.
We cut to an office at the Gotham Coliseum, which is under construction, and see a guy with a stupid haircut. Ain't that Mo from Cat Scratch Fever?
I believe his name is Milo, and he's some sort of a scientist.
No. He's a stooge, and his name's Mo. I never forget an asshole.
I got this, guys.
Oh, thank goodness.
The wolf approaches Milo, who doesn't seem bothered, and then the creature turns into a man. Turns out that Milo's in charge. The werewolf was supposed to kill the zoo guard, but admits that Batman intervened, causing Milo to say,
"Him again! Obviously something will have to be done about him."
Oh, are we going to see Batman get turned into a werewolf?
That might have made for an interesting episode, so... no.
Oh. Anyway, the next day we hear a news report that an Olympian named Anthony Romulus has offered to double a charitable donation to the Gotham United Fund if Batman shows up at his house to accept the check.
Well, that definitely sounds like a trap. Tell me you didn't just show up expecting to get a check. Okay, I didn't just show up expecting to get a check. You were completely unprepared, weren't you?
He sure was.
What was that?
Huh? What? I didn't say anything. I've just been working on my bike here.
We transition to a public gym where Bruce is working out, which seems weird because we've seen that he has an entire gym at his home and we've seen him using it.
I was trying to get some intel on Unibrow, Anthony Romulus. You know, so I don't walk into a trap. Fine.
It turns out that Anthony Romulus is the werewolf. Huh. The name Romulus is familiar to me, and I feel like it had some connection with wolves.
Romulus is from the myth about the creation of the city of Rome. Romulus and his brother Remus were thought to be related to the former king of Alba Longa, so the current king tried to have them murdered by abandoning them by the river Tiber to die. They were saved by the god Tiberius. They grew up on the site of future Rome. The brothers decided to create a city there, but disagreed about the location. So Romulus killed Remus and created the city of Rome by himself.
How do you know that?
Oh, my brother Bane and I went through something very similar.
How does the wolf factor in?
When they were young, the boys were found by a she-wolf and suckled in a cave. Just like me and Bone.
Gross. Anyway, we transition back to the Batcave where Batman is watching nature documentaries on the Alaskan timber wolf. Batman is trying to make a connection between the guard, the stolen wolves, and the creature he saw, but he's getting nowhere.
The hairs check out as genuine wolf hair, but it could mean only that Shaggy was wearing an extremely fancy mask.
Why wouldn't you consult Dr. Langstrom like you did in Tiger Tiger?
Funny you should ask. It's a great story, but you should get that first.
What? No. Moving on. Batman takes off in the Batmobile as soon as Alfred finishes a tune-up on it without even thanking him, a fact that is not lost on Alfred.
You're welcome.
Hey, he gets paid. That's thanks enough.
Batman arrives at Anthony Romulus's house, but doesn't notice Anthony lock the window after Batman is inside. As he waits for the check, he starts sweating, and by the time he realizes something is wrong, it's too late.
You're not going to...
I'm sorry, Batman.
Are you kidding me? All the master criminals you contend with, and you let this idiot kill you?
What? He didn't kill me.
What? How? He had you at his mercy.
I want him to see the end coming.
Oh, that!
Do you know how many times we could have killed the Bat if we didn't all have these weird revenge fixations?
Too many to count. I was keeping track on a spreadsheet for a while, but it got way out of hand.
What?
Huh? I can't hear you over this damn bike. I really need to fix it.
It's literally making no noise.
Which is why I need to fix it.
Anthony does not appear to enjoy his relationship with Milo, and we find out why in a flashback sequence. While training for the Autumn Games, Romulus sought out Milo to make him some performance enhancers to guarantee him a win.
A special steroid derivative I've been working on. Unfortunately, it still requires testing. Hey!
Aren't steroids injected? Why would you just grab a vial of an experimental green liquid and drink it? This man's an idiot.
That's why you always wait for the clinical trial, kids. Or at the very least, request to see it used on some lab mice first. Could you imagine? Little mice werewolves? It would be adorable.
The formula did give Romulus the strength he wanted. He dominated at the Autumn Games and made a boatload of money in brand deals and sponsorships after the fact, but when it came time to pay the piper, Anthony decided to renegotiate.
Why should I give you a dime? It was my own sweat that got me this far, Milo.
It's only after this that Anthony discovers the side effect of his little steroid cocktail. He goes back to Milo, who explains that he has mild werewolfism, which sounds a bit like a religion. He says that he can't cure that.
However, advanced werewolfism can be cured.
Only a fool would trust this man enough to drink a second vial of green liquid he gave you.
Fool!
This appeared to make the situation worse, and is how Milo has forced Anthony to do his bidding. Back in the present, Milo taunts Romulus with the cure, telling him to kill Batman to get it. Over at the zoo, we see Bullock looking into the Timberwolf theft, and he's actually good at his job?
I've been checking you out, Hamner. Seems last week your bank account suddenly got bigger by a few grand. So what's the story?
Are we sure that's not Robo Bullock from Heart of Steel?
Back over at the Coliseum, Romulus turns into the werewolf. Milo tells him to go kill Batman, but it doesn't go according to his plan.
Anthony, what are you doing?
Frankly, Romulus should have cut this guy's throat the moment he saw the antidote. Safes can be opened even when the owner's dead.
That's if there even is a cure. This fellow is already known to be dishonest to get what he wants. For all Romulus knows, that's a vial of Hawaiian punch. And, while delicious, it's not known to cure lycanthropy.
In the struggle, the vial gets broken and Milo gets knocked unconscious. Outside, with nothing else to attack, the werewolf turns its attention to Batman, who manages to get out of his bindings just in time. A couple passing by see the fight and call the police. Batman struggles to fight the beast on the ground, so he moves the battle to the rooftops. The police show up and prepare to open fire, but Bullock stops them, seeing that Batman is handling the situation.
I said no shooting! Let him handle this, for now.
Okay, seriously, that has to be a robot. Bullock definitely strikes me as the shoot first and take credit for catching a werewolf and Batman together type.
Batman does manage to turn the tide at the top of the building, using a crane to defeat the werewolf.
What?
No, not you, Professor Crane. A construction crane.
Yeah, in fact, you might say.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Lightning strikes the crane, zapping the werewolf and knocking him into the river. Later, when the police have searched the river, they find no trace of Romulus. Milo is arrested, and the episode ends with a couple looking to buy Anthony's house. The realtor mentions that the gym is to die for, which also begs the question why Romulus would have been in a public gym earlier, but I digress.
Be sure that you do, and never mention it again.
Yes, sir. The realtor tells the couple that Anthony just left town and the house is being sold to pay off his creditors. The episode ends with a typical horror film sequel bait ending because the monster is not dead.
You should introduce Romulus to Tigress from the last episode. Those two would have an absolute ball, fighting each other, trying to see who the alpha is, and creating a society that would rise up and enslave us all.
Just like last time, you are entirely too keen on that idea.
What can I say? I love the idea of having to wear a choke collar.
This episode was okay. While I loved the references to Roman culture and mythology with Romulus and the Gotham Colosseum, I thought the werewolf plot was sort of wasted. If you're gonna have a literal werewolf, why not have fun with it and make it a spooky kind of episode, reminiscent of the old monster movies? It was cool to see Bullock being useful, but at the same time, it kind of felt like Batman wasn't at the top of his game. What did you think, Bane?
Any chance I get to see Batman wrestling with a big muscly furry, I'm happy. If I did have one criticism, it's that the werewolf didn't claw Batman's top off so that we could get some shirtless combat. 3 out of 5 wolf teeth suckled by Romulus and Remus.
Thank you to the following supporters on Patreon: Jay Booth, Sean Hart, Jimmy Purcell, Rick Maxwell, Tony Evers, Jessica Tim, EC, J.R. Green, Emilio Flores, and AJN. You're the best sidekicks ever. Don't tell Robert.
It's Robin!
If you want early access to videos and behind-the-scenes content, become a patron at patreon.com/jackofallnerds.
Join us next time when we'll be covering Day of the Samurai. Oh, more flashbacks of Bruce blowing out candles with karate? Color me excited to hang myself. Till next time, kiddies!
Oh, I am so pumped for Halloween. What about you, Batman?
Are you kidding? Halloween is awful. All these psychos think it's a communal free-for-all to commit crimes. Gotham might as well call it the Purge.
I've never seen The Purge.
Oh, you'd love it. The plot revolves around a national holiday where all crime is legal for 12 hours.
Wait, is this a real thing?
No.
But it could be.
Are we just talking hypothetical? Because I'm ready to start planning right now.
I've already started a vision board.
This is going to be the best Halloween yet!
Me and my stupid mouth. This is going to be the worst Halloween yet.
Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you all have a great spooky season. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like and a share. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when more Batman the Animated Recap videos go up. See ya!